You do that so well, baby. But we got a letter. Come up here. Oh.
From who?
Dear ABS.
Where's Krista?
Well, you... Right here.
No. Like, it should say, Dear ABS and Krista.
But it doesn't. Dear Angry Blue Sock, while you have been singing your head off for the last few months, I have been writing a series of books for young adult readers. I am glad to hear you're back to normal. Since you are doing Dear Angry letters more often, I wanted to get your feedback on my projects. I'm not sure if they're heading in the right direction, so I wanted to get your view on how it is going since you are a kid-friendly puppet at all. Yeah, that's definitely me, rated G. Groover's perspective would also be welcome. Yeah, well, Groover is unable to come to the phone right now. Please leave a message. While still using simple, easy-to-understand language, the point of the books is to give teens a larger perspective onto the situations they will encounter as adults. Any input would be valuable. Recent titles are Why Do People Keep Calling Me Debbie? One Boy's Confusion, Living in the Deep South.
What?
Horny for Learning, New Ways to Appeal to Adolescent Students. The Misadventures of Splatterpants. Everyone is clumsy sometimes. One of my favorites is Breaking Up. A tale about letting go. It goes like this. Once there was a colon named Chuck. His best friend was old Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown was made out of cheese, raisins, and bits of sausage. Chuck the colon was happy hugging his friend, Mr. Brown, and Chuck kept each other warm all night long, and during the day they would play games like Slug Bug or I Spy. This went on for a long time until one afternoon, when it was all quiet, Mr. Brown found a new friend named Fruit. This made him want to leave Chuck the colon. Chuck pleaded with Mr. Brown to stay. Mr. Brown said the relationship had him feeling a bit smothered, especially being in the same place day after day. In short, Mr. Brown said if he was going to grow, that he needed more experience in the world. This made Chuck very sad.
Is this a bedtime story?
Yes.
Seems like
With that, Mr. Brown pushed away as hard as he could, but Chuck held on with all his strength. They struggled and struggled. Chuck held him like he was in a WWF headlock. As most of Mr. Brown squeezed away, he bid a final farewell and reminded Chuck they would always be friends. Aww. Mr. Brown was gone, and Chuck the colon felt lonely and empty inside.
Chuck the colon!
He wondered what he could have done differently, yet found no answers. The night became as dark as a tunnel with no light at the end. Chuck sighed heavily. Just then, some meatloaf with spicy yellow mustard came through. He introduced himself as Mr. Green. At first, Chuck the colon was slow to warm up. He asked Mr. Green, "You're not going to leave me like Mr. Brown did?" Mr. Green smiled and said, "I'm not going anywhere." And from then on, for the next 4 bloated days, Chuck the colon and Mr. Green were the best of friends, bound by a connection that not even fruit could end, until that nosy Mr. Enema got in between them and broke their relationship apart. The end.
Comedy, right?
351 Cleveland.
Oh my god.
And yes, this is comedy.
Oh my god. This is about a rectum.
Basically, it's the story of taking a shit, but for kids.
Quite scary.
Yeah. That's really funny considering I had some bad... What the fuck did I have that gave me like such stomach pain?
Sausage.
I guess it's sausage. But yeah, I mean, I've been on the toilet all day. Coming out and squirting it. The funny thing is that my cat was sitting in my lap the whole time. For some reason, she's into that.
She's so...
Oh, it's hitting me again. I gotta go.
Anyways, write to me. Don't forget, because now Angry is gone and I can make this mine. This was the best story I've ever heard, Cleveland. Write to me. Write to me. Write to me. Write to me.